It's Tuesday, October 6th, and today we're going to talk about comparing speeds and prices. I'm going to try something a little different today. Hope it works out. Um, so here's your slide, okay? So here are your learning targets. Take just a moment, pause the video so that you can write those down. I've expressed to you already how important I think it is for students to know what they're supposed to learn. So your first learning target, I understand that if two ratios have the same rate per one, they are equivalent ratios. And then the second, when measurements are expressed in different units, I can decide who is traveling faster or which item is the better deal by comparing how much for one of the same unit. All right, so let's do this number talk a minute. So is the value of each expression closer to 1/2, 1, or 1.5? Okay, 20 divided by 18. How does the numerator compare to the denominator? The numerator is larger than the denominator, the 20 being the numerator, but it's pretty close to the denominator. So how would you get a product of 1? A quotient of 1 if you were dividing. Wouldn't you divide the same number by itself? For example, 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1, right? So these two numbers, this numerator and denominator, that are pretty close together would equal a product. I keep saying that. A quotient that's pretty close to 1. Okay? Number 2, 9 divided by 20. How does 9 as a numerator compare to 20 as a denominator? Well, I know that 9 is half of 18. I also know that 10 is half of 20. So I would have to say this one is pretty close to 1/2. Now, number 3, 7 divided by 5. My numerator is larger than my denominator. So I know that it's going to be more than 1. I know that it's going to be greater than 1. Now, is it closer to 1 or closer to 1.5? Well, that is probably, you could probably make an argument for either way. 7 divided by 5 is going to be 1 2/5. Okay, 1 2.5 fifths would be close to 1.5. So, depending on what you mean when you say close. All right, so let's move along. Okay, and there are your responses, possible responses, which is just what we just talked about. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Some students did treadmill workouts, each one running at a constant speed. Answer the questions about their workouts and explain or show your reasoning. I would probably do a table for this. What do you notice first? Well, Tyler ran 4,200 meters in 30 minutes. Kieran ran 6,300 meters in a half an hour. And Maya ran 6.3 kilometers in 45 minutes. So I've got meters, kilometers, minutes, and hours. The first thing I would do is convert everything to minutes and convert everything to meters. Okay? So 30 minutes, that's already minutes. A half hour is 30 minutes. And then 45 minutes. Then all I have to do is do the kilometers. All right? All right. So what is the same about the workouts done by Tyler and Kieran? Well, Tyler and Kieran both are in meters. Kieran and Maya are, Kieran and Maya, one's meters, one's kilometers, one's hours, one's minutes. And then Maya and Tyler, both of them are already in minutes. Okay? So what rate did each one of them run? How far did Maya run in her first 30 minutes? So let's take a look. Oh, wow, that keeps happening. Okay, so 4,200 meters in 30 minutes, 1,400 meters in 10 minutes, and 140 meters in 1 minute. Okay, and that's just setting up a division. Okay, so 4,200 and 30 is your minutes, 1,410 is your minutes, 140 in 1 minute. Okay, and then one possible strategy, you could do a double number line, but you also may do a division problem. Okay, let's keep going. So Kieran ran 210, okay, meters per minute. Okay, we just whittled it down, broke it down. In 30 minutes, it was 6,300. Divide both by 3. So then I got 2,110, 1,050, and 5. I broke both of those in half, and then I divided by 5. Okay? So Maya ran 140. Wow, sorry. Maya ran 140. 60, we had to convert those kilometers to meters. 6,345, divide both by 45. 6,300 divided by 45 is 140. Okay, so sorry. Wow. So here's your task. Bottles of sparkling water cost $1.69 each. Okay. This week they're on sale for 4 for $5. You bought one last week and one this week. Did you pay more or less for the bottle of this week? For the bottle this week, how much more or how much less? So how much did you pay last week? Well, you paid $1.69. This week, they're on sale 4 for $5. So you've got to find out how much each one is this week. If your $5 will buy 4, how much will one cost? Okay? All right. So you bought one. How much did you pay this week? And how much more or how much less? Okay. Thanks, guys.